Hey YouTube, today is January the 8th, 2022. Happy New Year. It's about 11 a.m. I'm just giving you guys an update. I know I said I was going to post on Friday, but yesterday was like a manic Monday, except it was Friday. But nevertheless, I'm too blessed to be stressed. Yeah, so the last time we talked, I had told you guys about my diagnosis and some of my testimony and where I stood. At the beginning of that, at the end of that video, I embarked on a journey, 14-week intercellular cleanse. And this cleanse, nevertheless, has been very, very challenging, but very enlightening at the same time. Just a little bit about what I've been doing. So since the day I posted the video, which was around the 13th, I began an all fruit diet, primarily drinking grape juice or seeded red grapes and grape juice. That's primarily the target of my diet. I do incorporate other fruits because I am bored with grapes. My primary drink of choice for my diet is red seeded grape juice. So as of Monday of this week, which will be the 10th, I will be a total of 5 weeks in on my diet. Some of the changes that I've noticed with my diet, my teeth about a week ago were itching real bad, really, really bad. And then last weekend, they began bleeding and shifting. Like my gap, I've always had a gap, and it was closing when I got older, but it's almost gone now. Like I can't even stick my tongue in there anymore. So that's amazing. I did read that would happen. I've been having sporadic rashes, body odors, just weird body odors that I can't control, almost embarrassing, even though nobody knows. And it's not like musk or anything. You can just smell like putrefaction, like it smells like dead meat. And I kid you not, that's exactly what it smells like wasted meat and like wharf kind of. And it might be attributed because if anybody knows me, I am heavy on seafood. Like I ate seafood primarily 5 days out of 7, and if not 7 days out of 7. So it's no surprise to me that and it's not even, it's coming out of my skin. It's not coming out, in my hoo-ha area or anything strange like that. That's actually no odor. It's my body itself. I can smell it on my skin. It's just very, very embarrassing, but it's actually like strange at the same time because it's just like, I mean, you just don't expect stuff like that to happen to you, but I was told that was part of my detox. Some other things that have happened, of course, I'm still losing weight, which I'm glad of. And my face has been immaculate. I've had some bruising just show up out of nowhere and then it just disappear, in certain areas of my body. Not bumping it on anything because primarily for the last week and a half, I was blessed to be busy enough to not have to perform any work, but steady enough to where I could rest for a good amount of time. So it wasn't like I was out moving around or doing anything strenuous or did anything. I literally have been resting because I was actually scared of trying to overexert myself while I wasn't eating. And, as I said before, Monday will be week 5 that I haven't had any food. It's been strictly fruits and juicing. And another thing I've noticed as well is I have more clarity, like my thoughts, and I feel happy. Like it's like I have these happy feelings. Like before, I noticed and a lot of times, especially when I was eating meat and things like that, I had moments where I couldn't figure out why I was satisfied with the food I ate, but I felt miserable. So it's strange to me that I still feel satiated and I don't feel miserable, and I haven't ate any food. And I continuously have solid waste. This is probably a lot of TMI, but I did want to let people know exactly what I'm experiencing through this diet change, and especially through this intercellular detox. All the teas that I'm drinking are horrible. They taste like wood and just dirt. I don't know. I can't even describe it because I don't know what dirt tastes like, but they're just horrible. So I don't know if that contributes to me not wanting to eat, but it definitely subsides any hunger I may begin to have, but nevertheless, I feel good. I still feel strong. I actually decided next week I'm going to start working back out. I haven't worked out since my diagnosis, but I'm going to start working back out because I am completely turning into a string bean and I don't like the way my shape is going. So I want to work on getting my booty back and, to where it was, but I want to get, keep the gut going. So, yeah, that's something that I'm going to embark on starting next week. I have began doing, along with Monday being my last day, Tuesday of this week being my last day of treatment. And I have a testimony about that situation. As I stated before, my insurance company, I had private insurance. I had got insurance in June of last year. My diagnosis came in September. So when I had got my diagnosis, I was required to sign up for a more comprehensive coverage because I was diagnosed with cancer and I had standard insurance. But what I didn't understand was that this one-time comprehensive coverage, when it comes time to renew, it would not be, underwriters wouldn't approve it. They would approve the standard of care, but they wouldn't approve the comprehensive. So I spent the last 3 weeks scrambling with the Affordable Care Act trying to get in because the website crashed every other day. It takes hours to get people on the phone. And in the same time, I was in the process of refinancing my personal vehicle. I just bought a new hearse, and now I'm about to get that converted. I bought a Cadillac Escalade hearse, as you've seen. If you're on Facebook, you've seen I post that. So I had a lot going on. And I was working on some other deals that I'm trying to get accomplished towards my business, So all of this, I'm managing, and I was going through, trying to get health insurance at the same time. So it's been very, very challenging. And then I was very disgusted to find out that, I can get health coverage through the Affordable Care Act, but it only covers me for my local area in Maryland. So to me, basically, they gave me upgraded welfare insurance, Medicaid, and I'm not taking anything from anybody that has to live on Medicaid. But when I have to pay $500 a month for insurance, I should be able to do what I want to do. I just don't understand how you can equate my policy at $500, but I have to go with a certain strict amount of doctors within the 20-mile radius of my home, because that's what the Affordable Care Act actually covers. So I'm very disgusted with the healthcare system and how, this all played out. You're thinking that this Affordable Care Act is for you, but it's not, because it doesn't give me options. It actually eliminated me being able to further any treatment if I needed any treatment in New York, which, is a whole nother situation. And I'm just praying to God that, because Monday was my last day, my doctor was very pleased with the results of my breasts. I'm very pleased. It's back to normal. There's no heat. There's no swelling. The color's coming back. I actually my doctor in New York did 3 cancer scans. It's called a CEA, a CA15-3, and a CA2729. And I'm happy to say my CEA is at 2.8, and it's supposed to, if it's at 3 and higher, then I am an active cancer state. So again, that marker's low. My CA 15.3 is at a 9, and that needs to be 33. So again, my markers are low and they're dropping. Now my CA 2729, which has a lot to do with the tumor, from what I understand, that spiked this week, but I'm not concerned about the spikes because it spiked to 18. But it was 14 the last time I had treatment. I mean, the last time I got my labs back a month ago. I'm not concerned about the 18 because from what I understand, that when the tumors disintegrate and break apart, you do have spikes of protein in your of cells that are dispersed because they're trying to release through your lymphatic system, through your digestive system, or through your pores, so I'm excreting this tumor, so it's going to have some spikes. They say the best way, from what I read, to be able to determine a steady state of your CA 2729 is 3 months after your treatment. So my treatment ended at the beginning, January 4th. So that's March, April, May. So May will be an ultimate determining factor of how stable my cancer is, which I believe I will be healed by May. I believe I'm going to be healed. That's my birthday, May 22nd. I'll be 42. I do believe I'm going to be healed. I feel it like it's no way that, from what I understand, other people have experienced and what they go through, and I get everybody's different. But I've had not one negative symptom. One thing I will say is my immune system is a little low, which is natural because I have cancer and because of my treatment that I took. But with the herbs that I'm taking and with me continuously focusing on a healthy diet and getting my body in alkaline, which previously my labs were 68 and now they're at 80, my alkaline levels. So they're rising consistently. So as long as my system begins to consistently get alkaline, I do believe that my immune system will rebuild itself along with the cells that are breaking down this cancer tumor in my body. So another interesting thing. So when I first started the detox, 3 days in, I had severe cramping in the upper colon, in my upper colon. I mean, like excruciating, felt like just rocks or something, were just stuck there. Still was passing, having bowel movements, everything, but it was a rock. I couldn't even sleep on that side for like 2 or 3 days. And so, I just kept flushing. Eventually, I felt it go through that curve and it disappeared. Well, about 4 days ago, the lower part of my colon now is a gripping knot that is trying to move out. And, again, I'm filled up with toxins of just 41 years of bad habits, bad decisions, ignorance, knowledge and ignorance, still doing it, knowing better. And, I still don't regret it because I still enjoy those foods, but I'm going to have to let them go, but, yeah. So this is years of compact stuff just built up in me, emotions, spirit, emotions, my energy packed in there, so it's going to take a lot for it to come out, so I'm ready for the challenge, and I'm, even though, sometimes I'm like, I just want to give up and just go eat. I want to do something. I want to, I want steak and cheese. Like the cravings are there. Like, don't get it twisted. They're there. I want to say, December 25th, I had went out of town with a friend, and I did eat a biscuit. I ate a biscuit, and then I did try some dressing. I couldn't take it, but it was a spoonful, and I was satisfied. I'm not even mad that I did it. I'm just going to be totally honest. That's what I did. I can't believe that one day is going to mess me up on my whole, situation, but I did fall short that day, which, I'm willing to say that, I don't regret, but I'm going to pray that that one day didn't screw up my whole entire regimen. But, again, that rock is down in the bottom part of my stomach. It's actually a knot there in my stomach. I can feel it, so something is trying to move through my body and trying to release itself. And I feel like as long as I stick to this regimen, it's going to be like that for a while, because from what I understand, there's 25 to 30 pounds of just waste just sitting in the human body, and I just been packing it in. Because anybody know me know I was eating all the time. I never put the fork down. Even when I wasn't hungry, I was eating. So the one, I wasn't 400 pounds because I love food. So the fact that I was eating so heavily, I'm expecting me to have solid moments where it's going to be things that are trying to pass through my system that have just been stored there for years. I'm sure it's been stored there for years, and then the fermented meats and stuff, I could just smell it coming out of my body. It's just very ironic. My nails, they're still not as strong as they need to be, but I do feel a difference in my nails. Also, with my teeth, I forgot to tell you this part. When they were itching, they got really, really weak. And if you can tell, they chipped out of nowhere. I haven't been eating any solid foods, so that was part of that shifting moment that I had with my teeth. Yeah, they chipped, and then they got really, really weak, and then they got really, really strong. And yeah, this got really, really big, and this got really, really small. So that I did forget that about the chipped tooth thing, which was crazy. It just chipped out of nowhere. So, and I was told that was going to happen. I'd experienced vomiting, nausea. I'm probably being a little graphic, but I'm just giving you the details of what a serious detox can do for you. For a day and a half, no, half a day, I had severe chills. I had just muscle aches, just severe muscle aches and cramps. Like I couldn't get rid of it for an entire day. And I literally, all I could do was just sleep. Like I slept that whole day. And when I woke up the next day, I was a brand new person. Like it wasn't COVID, it was definitely the detox, so that was to be expected, because I've done a detox before, and that was the first time when I had a Red Bull addiction. I did a 3-day detox, and that 3-day detox that I did for that 3 days was an intense 3-day detox, and it was a specific regimen for 3 straight days. And I kid you not, by the 3rd day, I had that same exact reaction: night sweats, chills, and muscle cramps. My jaw locked up. My nose was just hurt to even move my nose. My breathing has been excellent, except for the last 3 days. I've been having, just when I'm asleep, just mucus, just draining, just constantly mucus, is coming out. Last week I decided to go get a foot bath. I can't even think of what it's called. It's like a colonic, but for your feet. And if you need that information, I can get it for you. But yeah, so much yeast and mucus came out of my feet. It was just ridiculous. It was ridiculous, and it wore me out. When I was done, it was just like I felt like something just leaving my body and drained me completely out. And I came home and went to sleep. The most craziest thing. So with that, I had to drink like half a gallon of water a day. But what I did was I drank more. I drank apple juice. I instead of water, I drank more apple juice just to really flush and really like put some more nutrients back in my body. And So that was an interesting situation. I've started getting acupuncture because I'm trying to do a spiritual cleanse as well, which I got which is going to help my mind, body, and spirit, and keep my vibrations high. Because part of my cancer, I got to minimize my stress. So part of me minimizing my stress, I feel like, going the spiritual route and really getting deep into, the root of what led me to the point of allowing this much stress to impose on my body, to allow something so harmful to invade my personal space. Excuse me, that's the mucus again. Yeah, but understanding that, one thing I learned was that this cancer isn't necessarily mine. This was something that I've accumulated over the years, taking on others, people's problems, people's stress, and making it my own. Cancer starts with a small cell, and then it just needs something to attack it, to create it, and stress and sugar and all the poisonous food stuff that they place in these foods these days. And let me say this when I say about poisonous foods, because I'm not against eating meat at all, honestly. I just realized that I'm against eating meat that I don't create. So, if you think back, slaves, they ate with the leftovers. They ate the hog moss, all that. Cancer wasn't a thing, but they grew the food. They fed the food, so they created the food in a way that it was nutrients to them. Now man has turned it into more of a financial gain. So because it's more of a money over health thing, they put all the antibiotics and the toxins in the food, and that's the problem. That's why I can't go back to eating it, because that, along with my stress, and I love to stress eat, did a chemical reaction which caused this cancer to get in my body, which caused my cells to die, and I mean to regenerate in a negative way. So understanding that, I had to release a lot of stress, a lot. That meant I had to cut back so many things that I didn't even realize that were affecting me. Anything that triggers my thought process in a negative light, I just removed it immediately. Didn't matter who, what, when, or where. What I've chose to do moving forward. So, that diet thing, that food thing, God bless y'all, but it just wasn't, it wasn't for me. My time's up with it, But nevertheless, again, I feel great. My digestive system is moving regularly now. My labs are good. What else? I'm done my radio surgery as of the 4th. And as I was stating before about that, because I know I'm jumping all over the place, but yeah, so my insurance, they kicked me off, they dropped me. Fine, But what I didn't understand is, even though my doctor had me approved for 21 treatments, one of those 21, the 21st treatment was ending after my insurance expired. So regardless of the fact that it was covered when I had insurance, the fact that my insurance expired, it no longer covered it. So I was put in a predicament where I had one last treatment and no insurance to cover it, because Maryland ACA, this Affordable Care Act bullshit, canceled me into only being a Maryland resident, better yet, Medicaid insurance client now. So, I know I'm just saying it all wrong, but I don't care. It's wrong to me anyway. So I don't even like the fact that I have to even say that I got this insurance and I'm paying $500 for $489, you might as well say it's $500. I don't care how much I'm saving. I would have rather kept my expensive insurance to be able to get what I want, because now I have no options. So the blessing behind that was my doctor, understood the assignment, and he believes in me. So Monday I was supposed to go for my treatment, but we all know we had all this snow, and then it took me forever just trying to get to the train station. I left an hour before and never made it. It took me 2 hours to get to the train station. That was 15 minutes up the street. So I missed my train. And as I missed my train, I got a call from the doctor saying, your insurance isn't going to cover your last treatment. So we're not sure what you're going to be able to do, Miss Morris. But you need to call your new insurance and see if they will cover this one last treatment. My new insurance told me, no, find a way to pay for it. That's exactly what the girl told me. She says nothing they could do. It's not their problem. That I was going to a doctor in New York. This is the most nicest way, but this is what she said. It's nothing they could do that I chose to see a doctor in New York because my insurance only covers the Maryland, D.C., and Virginia area because I only have Maryland Health Connection insurance now. So that's all I can get coverage for. So, I'm sitting there and I'm like, okay, this is one new thing I got to deal with. I just bought a hearse and I'm about to put a whole kit in it, just invest in a whole new kit in this hearse. But here I am being told my last treatment. And mind you, these treatments ain't cheap. It's radio surgery. It's high-end radiation surgery. So, yeah. So, they're well over $15K. So, yeah, per treatment. So, I'm sitting here like, okay, I got some money in the bank. Going to maybe about to get some more money. Maybe I'll just go ahead and just pay cash for this one treatment. Just go all in. I just fuck it. I'm just going to have to do what I got to do with my money. I had other plans. I don't want to spend my money. Maybe have to cut back on some payroll hours and, improvise or something. But I was like, I'm going to make it work. Nothing but God. About 2:30, 3 o'clock that Monday, Dr. Letterman himself calls me and says, young lady, you have one treatment left, and we're not going to let the insurance or anybody else stop you from healing. You come in here in the morning and you get your last treatment on me. If I don't tell you, a sister bust out in tears of joy. I wasn't stressed when I knew that my insurance wasn't going to cover it because I knew it was going to be okay. And I knew I was going to find a way because I'm that type of person. And, I was talking to my good friend, Kathy, and she's like, yeah, we're going to set up a GoFundMe. I said, give me a little bit. I got to pray on this. Let me pray on this real quick. I said, because no, I'm not going to do the GoFundMe just yet. Like, it's going to work itself out. I just don't know how, I didn't let her know I could come up with the money, but it really wasn't an option to me to have to figure out whether I was going to pay for this last treatment or not. It was just another thing I got to do, and I'll make a way, so, I'm sitting there and he tells me that, and I'm just crying tears of joy. And I text her back after I told her, let me think about it. And I said, look, she said, I just finished praying for you. I said, well, I don't know what you prayed, but the doctor just told me he's going to give me my last treatment for free. And she was just like, I don't even know your doctor, and I love your doctor. I'm like, look, I love my doctor, and this is even more of a reason why, I knew that my choice to go to New York and go see that man, that was one thing my father told me to do. And I listened. I didn't hesitate. I'm so glad that I did. A lot of people don't understand Dr. Letterman. They think he's abrasive. They think he's mean. But he's about his business. He's about his patients, and he cares. These doctors in Maryland, this health insurance, they didn't give a fuck if that was my last treatment. They told me to find my own way. This man made a way. That's how I know. I will tell anybody, you go see Dr. Gil Letterman if you want to live with cancer. Because these doctors in Maryland, these doctors in D.C., these doctors in Virginia, this insurance, they don't care. He gave me my last treatment for free. Will you tell me what doctor would have did that for me? Not one of these doctors would have did it for me. And my insurance made the doctor that I'm seeing here in DC made me sit in the lobby for 2 hours the other day just to make sure my insurance covered before he'd even see me for the visit. Because he ain't care. He wanted the insurance. So you see what I'm saying? So, the Spirit has led me to believe that angels are constantly giving me the signs that what I'm doing is the right thing, and Dr. Letterman and his staff are angels. I will forever be indebted to him and his staff, for what they did. Words, can't describe the way, I feel, and when I went for my last treatment, it was like they were all rooting for me. And they all knew what had happened to me. They knew my insurance had got canceled. They knew, and they were just like, you're amazing. We're going to look out for you. Like, we want you to come back and see us soon, I'm sorry I'm getting emotional because, I just know no other doctor would have done that for me. Nobody. And when I asked him, I said, why did you do that for me? I appreciate that. And his words were, you're amazing. And you take a special person to do the things you do. And I wasn't going to let the world take you away from here. Because we need people like you. He was like, I want you here. He was like, 25 years from now, we're going to laugh about this. Lord, I hope he's around 25 years from now because we need him. We really need him. He needs to be protected. He needs to live to 1,000. He needs to live to be able to heal the world. Like, I'm serious. Like, he actually fucking cares. He was, when I first met him, I thought he was abrasive. I thought he was a little mean. But I knew people like that, that's because they're focused. They don't have time for anything else. They just have time to do what they say they're going to do. Because I'm the same way. I don't have time to sweet talk you and tell you a whole bunch of shit that you want to hear. I'm just going to show you what I can do and let you know that that's why I'm here, to do what I said I was going to do. So to know that I met my equal, to know I met an angel, to know I met a man that cares about people. He don't just care about the money. He could have easily, took my money. Because I called back and said, Miss Iris, how much is it? I'll pay it. She said, Dr. Letterman wants to talk to you. And, and when he told me, how he felt, he was like, come back in April. I want to see you in April. He was like, and try to get your PET scan done in DC before you come back. He's like, if you don't get it done in DC, come see me. But I need to see you in April. He was like, you're good. You're going to be fine. Don't worry. You're going to be fine. And he gave me a hug. And he said, I admire you. He said, you're a funeral director. And I just admire your tenacity and your spunk and, how you carry things. He said, and, you're going to go a long way. And I wanted to make sure I seen that. And I believed him when he said that. I believed him because guess what? That man don't never crack a smile. But when he said it, he cracked a smile. So I knew that was an angel, that was permeating through him to give me a sign that I'm doing the right thing. So as I said before, I had a great testimony the first time I talked to you guys, and I'm continuing having testimonies. God continuously is blessing me. Every time I think I'm out of a bind, I get into a new one, though, because Wednesday my water heater breaks, and I find out, I didn't have to spend all this money on a treatment, but I'm about to spend half of that on this daggone water heater, but God is good. Because I have some great people in my corner that are looking out for me. So it's going to be some damage, but it's not going to be the damage that I thought it was going to be. So that in itself is a blessing. I may have to still take boiling hot pan baths for the next week. But that's okay too, because guess what? I feel good doing it. I don't feel sick. I still feel like my body's healing. And that's what I want to say too. I really believe that part of what I've been feeling moving through my body is breaking up that broken up tumor, because I'm telling you, it feels like a stone, you know. It really feels like a stone. And I don't think it could be a gallstone, you know. It wouldn't surprise me. I'm going to pass a few things that I probably shouldn't have in my body that just probably been permeating and sitting there because of all the hardness I've been doing and you know, damage I've been doing to my body. So again, you know, this is my update. Monday will be week 5 of me eating no food, straight juicing, straight fruit. And I do feel good. I'm just wanting food, but I understand that's part of my cravings and my detox, you know. So thank you, YouTube, for listening. You guys have a great day. Have a blessed afternoon. And I will update you guys when I do my PET scan at the end of the month. But I think I'm going to ask them to wait until March, because I think that I need to allow this process to heal me as well. Because if I prematurely go, there may be cancerous cells moving through there that are moving out of there, and they may try to scare me. And I'm a little concerned about, you know, that, because there's going to be light ups on that PET scan, I believe, from the cancer breaking up and trying to release itself out of my body. So, you know, being that I'll be fully regenerated within 93 days by the, you know, the week of St. Patrick's Day, I'm counting down them days, because I'm telling you, sister's already got her meal plan going. I already got meals I'm about to be cooking. I'm about to be a YouTube vegan chef. I'm about to tell y'all some good stuff. I'm about to make some seafood, cornbread dressing with some vegan fish. Yeah, I've already got my recipes. I already know what I'm about to be doing out here in these streets. So, yeah, I'm about to change some minds on this vegan thing, you know, with my vegan macaroni and cheese. I'm going to do some samples and start really making some changes out here. So yeah, y'all just stay tuned. And again, I will be giving another update I'll give another update at the end of the month, you know, to let everybody know how I'm doing with this detox, because I'm going to at least let them still do labs at the end of the month, because I want to see how my numbers keep dropping. That CEA number just took me out of this world. See, the thing is, I don't know what my CEA was, or my CA 13.5 was prior, because my doctor in New York was the first one that did labs on me for those two things. So now these are 2 new tests that I need to be inquiring about with my doctor in DC, because he only does the CA 2729. So I'm going to inquire about getting those 2 labs done at the end of the month to coincide with what I did at the beginning of the month. Because again, I do believe that my tumor is breaking up. I believe it's gone. My breast, I can completely smush it and I don't feel nothing. Even if it's a pea size in there, that's better than where it was, and that means that it's going away either way. But thank you again, guys. You guys have a blessed afternoon. Again, and be safe.